Today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about what can affect the results of the BAIID machine. You might wonder if eating food immediately before blowing into the device will affect the result. In general, no food should affect the reading of the BAIID machine. However, if you have consumed any food that contains alcohol, that may register on the device. So you should always be careful to know what is been used to prepare your food, and if you consume that immediately before driving a vehicle, you want to be careful. You might ask whether using mouthwash before blowing into the device, if that will affect the result. That answer to that one is a tricky one, because if the mouthwash that you use contains alcohol, then it could affect the result. So the best advice is, if you are going to use mouthwash immediately before you leave to start your vehicle, I would suggest waiting 20 minutes before you start the car. You might wonder if smoking cigarettes will affect the result, and the answer is no. Cigarettes should in no way affect the result, and that would be whether you've smoked a cigarette immediately prior to getting into the car, if you're smoking the cigarette while you're in the car, or if your passengers in the car are smoking and the car is smoke-filled. None of that should affect the reading on the BAIID machine. Likewise, if you are smoking marijuana, that should not affect the results of the BAIID device. However, if you are smoking marijuana, you might be considered under the influence of an intoxicating substance, and this could leave you open to an arrest for driving under the influence of drugs. So certainly, we cannot encourage you or even suggest that you should be driving before, during, or after smoking marijuana. You might wonder what will happen if you drink something that contains alcohol, but you didn't realize that you were consuming the alcohol. The answer to that question is very simple. You don't need to know what you are drinking. If you consume something that contains alcohol and you blow into the machine, it's going to register the BAC of whatever your amount is in your system. So you need to be very, very aware of what you are eating and what you are drinking before you blow into the BAIID device. So if you have been granted the privilege of driving with the BAIID machine, although you might feel that it contains a lot of responsibilities and it's a lot of work because you need to blow into it to start the car, you need to pass the rolling retest, you need to consider that your ultimate goal is to regain your full driving privileges, to drive without the BAIID machine, and to get your driver's license back. So you want to be very careful with everything you do when you're driving during this period that you have the BAIID machine in your car. You want to be very careful to pay attention to everything that you eat, everything that you drink, and of course, follow all the laws while you're out there driving on the road. So good luck.